Exactly 6 months after their marriage, Uma gave birth. Amadi was not around for the birth and he had expected the baby to come later. However, Amadi's mother was there during the birth. She pulled the midwife aside and asked if the child was premature. The midwife assured her that the child was born at the right time. Amadi's mother was worried. She started thinking to herself, either the rumor was correct or Amadi and Uma conceived before marriage. She was no longer sure. She sent one of her employers to take the news of the childbirth to Amadi. Amadi came back after days and immediately entered the nursery where Uma was lying with the baby. He rushed in excitedly. "Where is he? Where is my son?" Amadi said eagerly. Uma, holding the baby, opened the blanket, revealing the cute baby boy. "Here he is, my king. He came early. Our son came early." Amadi held the boy and shed a tear of joy. He was over the moon and told Uma he would be staying for a month to take care of her and his son. Uma was very happy too. Everyone was delighted for the baby. Among the visitors were Uju and Obi. During one of Obi's visits, he and Amadi stepped aside to talk. "Obi, I need to ask you something," Amadi began, looking serious. "You've been around while I travel. Have you noticed any unusual thing with Uma?" Obi smiled reassuringly. "No, Amadi. See, Amadi, your wife is a very faithful woman. You should never suspect such a decent woman. She sits alone, waiting for you to come back home. She's so calm. Trust me, there is nothing to worry about. You found yourself a good woman, a virtuous woman." Amadi sighed with relief. Thank you, Obi, my good friend. Your words mean a lot to me. That means I have been letting other people's doubts get to me. Don't let them," Obi advised. "Uma loves you and she has been nothing but loyal. Focus on your happiness and the beautiful family you have." During Amadi's stays, he also went to visit his mother, as he usually did when he was back. They sat together talking. "How are you, my son? And how is Uma and her son doing?" his mother asked. "They are fine, Mama." "Mama, why do you say her son? Is it not my son too? Or is it not your own son too?" Amadi asked, frowning. "My son, wait. Do you realize you have only been married to Uma for 6 months, right?" she asked gently. "Mama, stop this now. I know where this is going. I know what you are about to say again. Uma already told me the baby came early." Amadi replied, frustration in his voice. "If that is right, how early?" she pressed. "I never thought I would say this, but Amadi, wake up. Wake up from your slumber. Open your eyes and use your brain." "No, mother. You told me you would stop this if I didn't find proof against Uma. You made me doubt my wife. I feel so guilty for even suspecting a pregnant woman of cheating. I have to go now, Mama," Amadi said angrily, standing up to leave. His mother felt helpless. She strongly believed that Uma's child was not her son's, but didn't know how to prove it to Amadi. She watched him walk away, her heart heavy with worry and doubt. The boy was named Ezeunwa, meaning prince. Within a few months, he was growing big and strong. Amadi returned to his merchant business, continued to travel as usual. Months later, while Amadi was riding in his camel back home at night, a heavy downpour and thunderstorm struck. The camel fell into a pit and Amadi was thrown out, hitting his head on a rock by the roadside. He became unconscious. His employees rushed to help him but saw no blood. They carried him to a nearby village to find a healer. However, they struggled because the camel was stuck and finding a healer at night was difficult. After a long search, they finally found one. They told the healer that Amadi's family was rich and would greatly compensate him if he helped. Amadi's employee worked for days to announce the news to his family. His mother and Uma came with another carriage and found Amadi still unconscious. They thanked the healer and gave him a token of appreciation, but told him they knew a better healer in their village. They left with Amadi and called the healer in their village. "Healer, please, my son will be all right?" Amadi's mother asked, worry in her voice. "Yes, he will be fine," the healer assured. After a week, Amadi woke up, sitting up and screaming, "Uma, where are you? Uma, my eyes, I can't see." Uma and his mother rushed to the bedroom bedroom. Amadi, can't you see me? His mother asked, panicking. No, I can't. Where are my wife and my son? Amadi asked, distressed. We are here, Uma replied, trying to calm him. Don't worry, son. The healer is coming, Amadi's mother said, rushing out to send someone to the healer. The healer came and tested Amadi. He explained that Amadi was blind due to the brain damage from hitting his head on the rock. He also said the blindness would be permanent or temporary. The doctor further explained that he needed certain medicines which he didn't have. Don't worry, doctor. I can import the medicine you need. Just tell me what you need, Amadi said, panicking and frustrated by his new condition. As the head injury slowly healed, Amadi got used to walking around the house using a walking stick. He even arranged for a carpenter to customize a bed for him to get off without falling. Obi constantly visited the house, and most of the time, Amadi would sit in his new bedroom where the mates helped him with his needs. While Amadi was still battling with his blinded eyesight, he noticed that sometimes a whole day would pass without hearing Uma's voice around the house. One day, he asked the maid who brought him his food, "Have you seen my wife today?" "Yes, sir," the maid replied. "I saw Madam with Obi in the garden." Is Obi here?" Amadi asked, confused. "Yes, sir. He comes here every day," the maid said. This left Amadi confused and wondering why his friend Obi would come to his house and leave without even saying hello to him. While Amadi waited for his medicine to arrive, he often suffered severe body aches and headaches. It took months for his medicine to come, and he started using it. One night, feeling tasty and noticing the maid had forgotten to leave him water, he walked out of his room to fetch some. As he passed the main bedroom, he heard a man's voice coming from inside. He leaned against the door gently to listen, but only heard laughter. Amadi opened the door and the laughter stopped immediately. "My king, what do you want late at night?" Uma asked, sounding startled. "I heard voices." "Who are you with, Uma?" Amadi asked. Uma replied, "Oh, I was just playing with Ezenwa. He doesn't want to sleep tonight. He has been disturbing me," she said, glancing in and giving Obi a knowing look. Obi, moving from the bed, pulled Uma back to tell Amadi to go back to his room that she was sleeping. Amadi agreed and left, but it was certain the voice he heard was a man's voice, not Ezenwa's voice. He waited a bit at the door, listening again. He heard laughter and then Uma calling out, "Stop, Joe, Obi." Amadi stood outside the door, his body sliding down as he leaned against it. After a while, he got up, his taste gone, and went back to his bedroom. He sat there, not believing what he had heard. Could this be Obi? Obi, my friend? Amadi thought, "Oh my God, I wish I could see so I can figure this out." As this went by, Amadi felt better, physically but emotionally unstable. He noticed that Uma was staying aback from him, didn't seem to love him anymore. She was hardly around the house, and wherever she was, she heard her and Obi talking in the garden. One day, Amadi's mother visited. "Mama, Obi comes to this house daily. One of the maids told me. Is it not working anymore?" Amadi asked. "Oh, you mean it? Wasn't you? I thought you gave Obi some money to start a business." "Obi is now a big businessman. Oh, he has a small poultry farm," she said. "And oh, son, when your eyesight returns, you need to see how Obi dresses now. He wears the finest clothes. The day Obi quit his job, I heard he fought with his boss and hit him. I was shocked that our own very Obi could do such a thing," his mother said. Amadi replied, "Well, I couldn't argue. He's capable of doing more than that." Months after the accident, Amadi woke up one morning with his sight completely restored. He shouted with joy, "I can see! Oh my God, I can see! Uma! Uma!" He ran to the main bedroom, only to find Uma sleeping, cuddling with Obi. "Uma, wake up!" Uma woke up, startled by Amadi barging in. "Oh my king, why are you so up this early?" she asked, her voice still sleepy. Amadi, his voice low and filled with disappointment, said, "I am very hungry. I just need breakfast." "Just wait a little bit until the mates are done, okay? They will bring you breakfast," Uma replied. "I want to feed Ezenwa. It's almost his milk time." Uma then went back to cuddle Obi, who was fast asleep, not knowing Amadi Amadi could see. Amadi stood there watching, trying to control his anger, clenching his fists. In his mind, he saw himself tearing Obi apart, but he controlled himself and left the room. He never told anyone that his sight had completely restored. Amadi continued to pretend he was blind. He realized that his mates were very loyal to Uma and Obi. Often, Amadi would sit in the living room while Uma and Obi were together, and the mates would serve them. None of them even bothered to inform Amadi of what was happening. This left him feeling isolated and betrayed by everyone. One day, as Amadi passed his main bedroom, he heard a different voice. He paused to listen and heard Uma talking to Ezenwa. "Oh, my cute boy, daddy is here. See your daddy. Go to daddy," said while the boy jiggled. Amadi entered the room as usual, but saw a different man playing with Ezenwa. "My queen, how is my son? I was just here to check on you. I'm going to take a walk," Amadi said quietly. Uma looked up and said, "Okay," and as he closed the door, he heard Uma and Emeka laughing uncontrollably. Amadi stormed out of the house, unable to breathe. As soon as he got outside, he stopped, each hand on his knees, taking deep breaths to calm himself, still carrying his sticks and pretending to be blind. He walked down the street. "Amadi! Amadi, wait!" It was Uju calling out to him. "Why are you walking alone? Can you manage to walk by yourself?" "I can walk by myself," Amadi replied. "I was just wondering, where is my friend or any of the maid that you are walking alone?" "Am I not your friend too?" Amadi replied. "Yes, of course you are. We've known each other since childhood. Let me take you wherever you need to go." "Oh, Uju." Amadi allowed Uju to accompany him to his mother's house. His mother was very happy to see him with Uju. "Oh, Uju, my daughter, you are here? You no longer visit me these days. Have you seen a suitor?" she asked. "No, Mama, I am just busy." "Bye, Mama, I was just accompanying Amadi here," Uju replied before leaving. Amadi sat down, and his mother could see he was not okay. He looked like someone who was not eating well and unwell. Amadi told his mother that he was having meeting with someone he wouldn't meet at his house and asked if he could wait and have the meeting there. His mother agreed and gave him his privacy. A few days later, Amadi overheard Obi talking to Uma. "Uma, things are bad. My chickens are all dead. I woke up today to find not even a single chicken alive. You have to give me more money so I can buy more chickens. I owe a few people who have already paid for their orders. I don't know what to do," Obi said. Uma told Obi to wait. Amadi heard Uma's footsteps walking out of the bedroom towards where he always keep money, and he listened. A few minutes later, Uma returned to the main bedroom and told Obi that she couldn't find a single cent in the safe. Obi was furious. "What? What am I going to do? My business will collapse. I owe people some money for their orders, and these people will need their money back if I don't deliver. You have to help me, Uma, or else." "Don't raise your voice. Amadi will hear you," Uma cautioned. What if he heard? The fool cannot even see. Give me the money, Uma, or I will tell Amadi that Ezenwa is not his. You don't know me, Uma. I will take you back to the gutter where you belong," Obi threatened. Uma, not knowing what to say, responded, "Obi, calm down. I will make a plan, okay? I will ask Amadi for money. You better, or else," Obi said and stormed out of the bedroom. The next morning, Uma rushed to Amadi's bedroom. "My king, I have been sitting the whole day, waiting for the maids to serve breakfast. I didn't want to check in their quarters, and there was no one there," Amadi asked. "And what do you think happened to them?" Uma replied, "I don't know. Maybe you should look for them since you are the one who hired them and know their whereabouts." Obi replied calmly, "I am just a blind man who cannot do much." Uma left the room, thinking Amadi knew nothing about the situation. She went to the kitchen to cook, but there was no food. Uma was not used to doing chores anymore, and when she tried to clean, Ezenwa started crying, with no maid to babysit. Uma Uma felt helpless. The day went by and Amadi left the house for a few hours, returning in the evening. Uma went to bed hungry that day. The following day, Obi came. Uma opened the door and whispered, "You are not supposed to come today. What are you doing here? Come, let's talk upstairs." They passed Amadi, who was sitting in the living room, and went upstairs to the bedroom. That night, Amadi sat there until the next day at dawn. Amadi left the house, and as soon as he was gone, Emeka arrived and went upstairs to find Uma. When Emeka entered the bedroom, he found Uma with Obi. He started foaming in anger. "Uma, what is he doing here?" He jumped towards Obi, who was lying on the bed. He started fighting. "So, you are saying someone else? Is the child even mine?" Emeka shouted as he fights Obi. Uma screamed, "Leave him! Leave him!" She tried to pull Emeka off Obi, but Emeka pushed her hard and she hit the wall, unable to rise for a few minutes. Uma watched as Emeka pulled Obi from the bed and the fight moved to the balcony. Obi regained some strength and started hitting Emeka back. Uma, leaping from the bedroom, shouted, "Stop it! Somebody help me!" She called out for Amadi, but no one came. Emeka pinned Obi against the balcony rails. Uma jumped in, trying to pull them apart, but Obi fought back, and suddenly, Emeka fell from the balcony to the ground in front of the yard. Uma and Obi looked down to see a group of people rushing towards Emeka, who lay motionless in the pool of blood. Among them were Amadi, two police officers, Amadi's mother, Emeka's family, Obi's family, Uma's family, and a few neighbors. Emeka's family knelt next to his body, screaming. Amadi, sounding confused, asked everyone, "What is going on? Can someone explain to me what's happening? Where is my wife? Uma, my queen, where are you?" Uma and Obi stood upstairs, frozen in shock. Everyone looked at them, their mouths wide open. The two police officers rushed upstairs to handcuff Uma and Obi, telling them they were under arrest. The yard was buzzing with neighbors rushing in and out, calling others to come and see the scene. Some explained half-truths to each other. Uma was having an affair with many men, but she and Obi planned to get rid of this man lying down there. Someone said, "Oh, you see, we told him and he never listened. Look where we are today," another neighbor added. After the police took everyone's statements, most people claimed that they saw Uma and Obi pushing Emeka from the balcony. However, Uma's family insisted they were too far to see. "We were rushing from the gate when we saw the three of them on the balcony, but we couldn't tell exactly what was happening," Uma's mother said. "I know my daughter. She's not capable of this. She can't even hurt a fly. Oh, but she can bring men to my son's house." Amadi's mother replied bluntly, "If your daughter can do this to my son, who always took good care of her, she's capable of worse. Officer, arrest these two. We all saw what happened as we entered this yard. You saw it too," Amadi's mother insisted. The police had no choice because most witnesses said Uma and Obi pushed Emeka. The case seemed airtight. Amadi sat in the living room with other people while police and other officials did their job. As Uma and Obi were taken away, Amadi called out, "Uma, what happened? Don't worry, my queen. I am coming to get you out of there." It was a long day, but it eventually passed. Amadi's mother and Uju stayed behind to comfort him. The next day, as Uju helped make breakfast, Amadi's mother smiled at her son. "My son, you see how Uju takes good care of you. Why did you not marry her instead of that evil girl? I don't even want to say her name," Amadi's mother said. "Mama, this is what I get for not listening to you. I am sorry for not listening to you. Forgive me, mother. I should have listened," Amadi said, looking sad. "Don't worry," his mother replied, glancing at Uju. "You still have a chance." A month later, Amadi went to jail to visit Uma. She was so happy to see him and asked why he couldn't help her with her case and why he has not visited her earlier. "Amadi, my king, please help me. I am innocent," Amadi replied. "Innocent of what exactly? Who is the fool here? You brought men into my house, called me names, and gave them my money. My hard-earned money. You used my house, my bedroom. You gave me another man's pregnancy. I took care of you and the baby that is not mine. Evil, Uma. Uma cried out, "I'm sorry, Amadi. I was lonely and you would travel for months. Stop lying, Uma. You know Ezewa is not mine. I stayed faithful to you. I was willing to do everything for you," Amadi said as he stood to leave. Uma pulled him, holding his head and kneeling before him. "Amadi, please." "Where is Ezenwa? Don't worry about Emeka's son. He will come to visit you in jail. I'm not sure if he is with his father's parents or your parents, but one of them took him that day. Now, allow me to go see your boyfriend. You look pale and your hair is dirty. By the way, I'll make sure you rot in here," Amadi said as he left her stunned. She shouted as Amadi was leaving, "Amadi, how do you know I look pale? Amadi, you can see, you always." Uma screamed as she was taken away to her cell, realizing that Amadi could see and had orchestrated everything. Amadi then visited Obi. "Hey, Obi, my friend," he laughed scornfully. "It is me, the blind fool. Let me tell you a story." Amadi started recounting how he saw everything, how he poisoned all of Obi's chicken, stopped the money flow to Uma, called both Emeka and Obi to the house pretending to be Uma, and made sure the witnesses arrived at the right time. "Oh, Obi, I didn't know you would take it that far. I only wanted my families to find all of you in my house with my wife. No, that's your woman, Uma. But you robbed the gene of a father. Oh, poor child." Amadi left, laughing, his laughter echoing through the prison walls, while Obi stared at him speechless. After a few weeks, Amadi told everyone that his sight was back and explained to his mother that he pretended to be blind after finding Uma and Obi in bed. His mother shook her head, feeling sorry for him. Years later, Amadi married Uju. He stopped his merchant business and focused on his other businesses at home, and he lived happily after with his family. This is the end of the story. I hope you learned some moral lessons. Being truthful and loyal is crucial in maintaining trust and harmony in any relationships. Blind trust without verification, as shown by Amadi, can lead to severe consequences. It's essential to be vigilant and aware of what happens in one's life. Every action has consequences. Uma and Obi's betrayal and schemes ultimately lead to their downfall, showing that unethical actions eventually catch up with individuals. The loyalty and support of friends and family, as seen with Amadi's mother and Uju, are invaluable during tough times. Surrounding oneself with trustworthy people is essential. Also, women, do better. Men do not deserve to raise a child that is not his, thinking is the father. And also, remember, to sustain a healthy relationship or marriage, love and beauty are not the only thing to look out for. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to know where you are watching from. Please drop a comment, like, and subscribe. See you in another story. Till then, bye for now. Stay blessed and positive.